Hey guys, most of you don't know yet that as of right now, I have a rental house. I tried to sell it, but it never sold. So I fixed it up, did most of the work myself, and kept trying to sell it, and it just would not sell. So finally, I didn't want it to sit there, so I put renters in it for a year. And they kept being late and having excuses and would give me promises, and they would never deliver on any of those promises. They would pay some of the money that they owed me, but never all of it. And they just got to a place where they just quit even answering the phone or paying me at all. And I'd never been a landlord before, and I just didn't know what it took to deal with it, and it really wasn't that hard to deal with it or legally take care of it. I did not want to take things that far. I didn't want to have to, evict somebody. But they just kept on making things worse, and literally they trashed the place. Literally, they had so many things messed up. They had left a whole bunch of mess behind. And it really was horrible. And my neighbors that I've known for years and years on either side would talk to me and text me and say that it really was very saddening to them, the way that my tenants were treating my property and treating me. So anyway, one thing that brought me extra stress was that this house is almost an hour away. And so, because I live so far, it's very expensive just to make a trip and not come back with money or not really feel like you've got anything accomplished. So I have a buddy that lives there and is willing to manage the place for me. And, I want to help him and give him a little something to watch over the place for me and kind of keep me informed of what's going on. And we finally got these people out, and the new people that we found have made promises and said, hey, we're going to help you get things in shape. We're going to help fix things up with your property manager. And so after a few weeks of them living there, I decided, hey, I need to make this trip. I need to go and check out with my own eyes and see what is going on and see if they've made the progress that, needs to be done. Well, a lot of times with me and driving, I start to get really, really tired after so long of driving. And so one of the things I can do to combat that is drink a Stacker energy drink. So it's really basically just full of a lot of B vitamins. It's really a great tool to kind of keep myself awake in those situations. Well, I had forgotten that the way that I chose to take this trip had been under construction. I mean, because for years and years and years, this main highway was in disarray for almost a decade. And it was to the point that one time I had made the trip and there was like 4 cars in a row with flat tires right after this bridge, because the holes on the surface of the bridge were so bad that one vehicle after the other was getting their tires completely shredded. Well, the crew finally fixed all the bridges, but now they were fixing all the roads between the bridges, and so we had to go off-road. I was just thankful that the shoulder was wide enough for a whole car, because they pushed us literally off to the shoulder so that they could work on the other half of the highway. Now, I hadn't made it very far at all, and the opposite side of the road, a big wheeler had went even more off-road. Off-road in a way that it caused all the traffic to come to a halt. Well, finally things were smooth again, and I started seeing the Delta all around. I began to see that I was back in cotton country. Of course, The cotton was not white. It was not blooming and full of white. It was still green. But I knew that I was back in the neck of the woods that I lived in for 36 years of my life. And so I made my way to my buddy's house, and he knew I was coming, but he wasn't at his mom's house. So I had to wait. After a few minutes of her talking, she mentioned she had a $2,000 nickel. And of course, who am I to question an 80-year-old lady? So she brought it out, and I looked at it, and it was like in mint condition, and it was from 1883. So I tend to have to believe her that it's worth quite a bit of money. Well, finally my buddy came in, and I kidded him a little bit. "Where you been, old man?" So we got in his truck, and as we made our way to my property, we began to look through what all had been done over the last 3 weeks, and we talked to my tenant because he had made a deal with me to work with my buddy on fixing the place up and spending money on different supplies. And so here's a little bit of what happened with that situation.
What's going on?
You got the front looking better.
Yeah, it's looking better. He said he was already going to get the piece of
Yeah.
and which this is just like
you get the receipts going and get them to him.
I got a lot of experience in
We got that working.
Yeah, I've been fixed that. Got my lawnmower and my weed.
So, but yeah, in 2 weeks he'll come over here and get rent. He'll make sure I get it. And then if after that 1,000 is spent, if there's anything else needs to be done, let him buy the supplies and let you work on it, or we'll do something. We'll figure something out. Be straight up, man, and pay on time and work with him to get some stuff done. Keep me informed, keep him informed, he'll keep me informed. If he don't keep me informed, I'll whoop his butt.
Yeah, you gotta eat some more bean taters and things like that.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
So as you can see in here, I'm very concerned about my place getting back in shape, and I expect results. I don't plan on allowing things to go south as they once did. So after we left there, before we left town, I treated my buddy to some Mickey D's. That's McDonald's, if you didn't know. And all in all, it wasn't a huge waste. I mean, I had gotten a truer update of my property and seen what was going on. And I do feel less stressed about what's going on. But for sure, I will keep an eye on the place. And don't worry, I will fill you in as well. Even if I just sell it, I will let you know. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if so, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell along with it. Don't forget to check out our other videos. You may even like our laundromat video that showed the madness that happened there the other day. That I will leave a link to that in the description. With that, I want to say hope to see you soon. And as always, God bless.